Okay, so here's the question it's saying. A survey on the time taken to complete a programming task gave the following results. So here is a survey on the time that was taken by people to complete some computer science programming task. We don't care what it really was, but here is what we've been given. Here is the data. So what we're looking at more is the table, right? Now, what do they want us to do with this table, with this frequency distribution? They're saying draw a histogram to represent the data. Now, for us to be able to draw the histogram, we know that we need frequency density. And there's an approach we do. There's a way we go at it. First, we reconstruct a table that is easy for us. And that would be like this. We would say duration. Okay, we still have duration. If we want to say 10 minutes, we still have our duration, whatever we say, call it. But now, instead of writing our headings going down, we now write them sideways like this. Afterwards, after duration, then the next column, okay, you can construct it with a ruler. The next column for us would then be a boundaries column. So we need to now make our boundaries. So we need to make our boundaries. We say boundaries. That's the next thing. Make our boundaries column, which is going to have lower class boundary, we call it LCB, sometimes a lowercase l, and then we say upper class boundary UCB. We don't really care about these type of things, but okay, that is it. Now, when we do this, the next thing which we're going to do is to make the next column, which is going to be our interval width column. Why? Because the reason why we were putting the boundaries is so that we can find the interval width. And now when we have the interval width, our next column will be the frequency column, which we already have. And then we'll use interval width and frequency to now get the important guy, which is going to be our frequency density. Okay, so this is how it goes. Then we now have our frequency density and we can make a histogram plot. So let's go ahead and let's make these. I'm going to do that. Put this line below. And then sorry for the ugly table, okay? I'm sure you can do better. Now, either way, let's go for it. How many things do I have to put in? I have to put 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Okay, I'm going to make my 4 rows. 1, then 2, then 3 and 4, like this. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is start to put our data. So first, of course, the duration we had, it is from 1, 2, 3. Then 3 less than or equal to t less than 9. Then 9 less than or equal to t, which is less than 15. Then 15 less than or equal to t, which is less than 20. So now, this is what you must know about this part. Very important thing is that when you get your data being written using inequalities, when I get inequalities for my interval, then I'm not going to struggle to find the boundaries or the intervals. Why do I not struggle? It's because when I get it in this format, normally what you're getting, or all the time, you're actually getting the boundaries themselves. Because let me tell you, the thing about a histogram is we have to be careful when we're dealing with the boundaries, because a histogram is not a bar chart. So it has no gaps between the bars. The bars are like this. One is going like that, the other one is like that, then the other one right there. They're stuck to each other. Okay, and they don't have to have the same width like we saw for bar chart, where all the bars have the same width. They've just different heights. No, for histograms, the widths can be different. Now, what we're saying is a histogram should have what we call a continuous scale. In other words, the number we end on here should be, the number that we end on here should be the number we start with. Of course, we know that here it is only less than, here it is less than or equal to, but that is just important. The number that we end at is the number we start at, so that we have our continuous scale. So when we get it using these inequalities, they are already our intervals, so it's not going to be hard for us. It's going to be very easy. When we get it having the inequalities, it's time to celebrate. So here, what are my boundaries? 1 and 3. Here, 3 and 9. Here, 9 and 15. Here, 15 and 20. Nothing to think about there. Okay? And then now, what will be my interval width? Interval width, remember that we said the width can be different and is normally different for your histogram. So here, what is 3 minus 1? 2. What is 9 minus 3? 6. What is 15 minus 9? It should be 6 again. And then 20 minus 15 should be 5. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, this is going to be what we have. And our frequencies, we know them: 10, 45, 12, and 4. Now we can easily calculate our frequency density because we have the data. So now what are we going to say? Frequency density for the first, remember frequency density, what it is? Okay, FD is equal to frequency, the amount, over the space, which is class width or interval width, right? It is frequency, it is the how much over the space that you have. Then you can know how dense that place is. So I'm going to say it'll be my frequency 10 over my width 2. So it's 10 over 2, you get frequency density of 5. Then here you get the next frequency density is 45 over 6. And this should give us 7.5, yes. And then now frequency over class width 12 over 6 gives us 2. And then now we have 4 over 5, which gives us 0.8. Okay, that's what it is. And these are our frequency densities. So now we can go ahead and plot our histogram because we have all the necessary information. Great. Let's go ahead and let's plot. Okay, so yes, we go ahead and we make it. Let's put the things. I'm going to have it like this, straight down. Okay. Though I think this is enough. And then we move like that. Great. Now, what are we going to have? We are going to have duration. So this is going to be duration, okay, in minutes. And then we are going to have our frequency density. Of course, that's what goes on this side. So we will have our frequency density here. Now, all we got to do is put the value. So we have to be very careful. What are we have it, it's ending at 7.5. Okay, so we need it to end like it. We need to have it to go up to 8. So I'm going to have this as my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And they'll be right here. So, okay, great. These are my values. And what about the duration? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 3 to 9, blah, blah, blah. So let's go. So it goes all the way to 20. Wow, that's a lot. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's going to be too much. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put them as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And this is where I will have 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, then 13, then 15, then 17, then 19. Okay. Hope it won't be confusing for you. Something like this. This is my scale. And sorry, it's tiny. It's because of the space I have. So I'm sure you can make a scale better than I can. 18, 19, 20. Great. Now, it's all about plotting now. So yeah, let's go. So for 1 to 3, my frequency density was 5. So 5 is 1, 2, 3. So all the way like this. Great. This is 5. Okay. And then 3 to 9, the frequency density is 7.5. Okay. I'm sure you can see that. 3 to 9, the frequency density is 7.5. So I'm going to go to 7.5, which is right here. And I know that it is connecting from here all the way to 9. So I'm going to make a straight line at 9. Great. Then I join them. So that's it for these guys. It's like this. And then what do I have? For 9 to 15, frequency density is 2. So I would go 2 would be 9 to 15. So 9 to 15 frequency density is 2. And that's how it goes like this. And then I have 15 to 20 frequency density is 0.8. So just below 1. Then it goes all the way to 20. So it'll be just below 1 like this, something like that. Hope I didn't get it wrong. Yeah, so this is going to be your histogram. And that's how you do it. Okay, isn't it easy? Okay, and then we can just put our title to say histogram. Don't forget it. Don't forget that title. Histogram to show duration of programming tasks, because they said they were programming, so to show duration of programming tasks. And you are done. You get your marks. Okay, if you wanted to put the formula in the frequency density the calculation, you could have shown it to say 10 over 2, which is 5, and then to say 45 over 6, which is 7.5, and then say 12 over 6, which is 2. But remember that the value we are interested in is the 2. You can say 4 over 5 and say 0.8. Still fine. Okay, either way, the value we are interested in is the answer, not this. So either way, this is your histogram, and I'm sure you can ace it. This was simple because they gave us with inequalities. Let's go and see where they give us in a different way, but still needing to do that. Okay, bye for now.